Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill, and today we are going to play with KV-4 KTT. It is a premium tank, a Soviet Tier 8 tank destroyer, and it was sold a long time ago via the loot boxes, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe separately as well. I lately finished marking this vehicle, and we are going to have the best of in the extra channel as well. But what I want to say this vehicle isn't worth too much attention, to be completely honest with you. It isn't popular tank, right? I mean, it looks like I don't even know how to describe this. It doesn't look great, okay, visually. It is not pleasing visually, I would say. And in the same time, it's kind of weak. Hear me out, what am I saying by saying weak? The tank is... what is the problem of the tank? You're supposed to be armored tank destroyer who is making a humongous pressure and who has a gameplay like a bloody TS5. This is how this tank should look like, right? But in reality, you are far away from that. Fellas. In reality, the best case scenario for you is to take the corner and try to side scrape around the corner. Now, where the gun goes of this tank, the gun is very, very average for me. From when I played with this tank, I mean, okay, gun stats are looking fine, right? 360 alpha damage, good DPM, 227 millimeters of the standard penetration. If you are loading gold penetration is quite good, and it looks quite nice overall. But over longer distances, and whenever you are not aiming, this is quite a problem. You cannot snapshot like you could with some sort of medium tank. You know, you are a tank destroyer after all. You need to aim either way. I mean, look at the T-29. T-29 is thinking, what an ugly tank this is. What an ugly tank this is. No, he was dancing. I thought he's thinking I'm ugly. Unfortunate. Well, what can you do? Anyways, let's try to play this game and let's try to make this vehicle work. Overall, where the marking session went with this tank, it was kind of painful. What do I mean by saying this is, whenever I was marking this tank, I felt like armor is betraying me the most, right? This is how it felt overall. Whenever I made a decision not to trust armor, but still nevertheless to be somehow aggressive, this is when the things changed a bit, and this is where life became a bit better, if I can say so, right? I made a decision not to trust the armor and just to use the DPM, right? Yeah, I know, whenever I am going to go in front, I might take one for the team. I am very, very well aware of that, but I wasn't sad or upset about it. I knew that armor might not work that well, you know? And whenever I had this type of attitude, it was significantly better for me. I enjoyed myself a bit more. And in the end of the day, it went quite well. Now, the biggest highlight of all of this, enemies have no team. Since enemies have no team, we just need to push through the middle of the field while hoping that we are not going to get slaughtered meanwhile, okay? That's what we are hoping for. Beautiful. Luckily for us, object did not penetrate us, which is very, very nice. Meanwhile, we have a Shrek over there. Mr. Shrek, how are you doing? We are getting quite a bit of the assisting damage, which is very, very nice. And now we are booming, fellas. And now we are trying to do everything what we physically and possibly can in order to be successful here. I went for a tracking, and you know what? Surprise, surprise, I'm going for another tracking if I will be able to hit my shots. In this game, this tank treated me very nicely. I cannot blame this tank anyhow. In fact, I am super duper hyper turbo happy how it looks like. Very nice. I wish to say every game was like this whenever I played with this tank, but I would lie if I would say it is the case. Now, The penetration isn't bad of this tank, but unfortunately it's not good enough to spank the living crap out of this tier 9 tank destroyer. I actually need to hit his lower plate, which is completely fine. It's okay. For a first battle, it's not bird pancake, I would say. If this tank would behave like this all the time, I would say the tank would be somehow decent, right? Well, unfortunately, it is not the case. So, what do we want to do now? We want to find this T-25-2. I have no doubts whatsoever that this gentleman is going to sit somewhere here in front, okay? This is what I want to believe. He is cozy sitting somewhere in the back and he is having a blast. He is enjoying himself to the maximum and he is saying, This is what he is saying. I am okay, I'm just crossing like this, and yes, greetings, you magnificent mother trucker. Very good game. Fellas, extremely good game. I am super happy about this. You know, I noticed one thing. Whenever I am being negative about the tank is showing the other side, and the tank is like saying, I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad. Stop cry, kid. This is how I felt in this game. So all in all, performance was good. Maybe my mind was a bit messy. So let's try to fix everything for other games. But I really want to highlight what do I think about this tank. Meanwhile, 3,600 damage, 1,000 assisting damage. Beautiful game. First class. I shot quite a bit of the gold ammunition for sure, but I felt like it was the correct choice, and we made 126,000 credits. Now, overall, since this tank is not so popular, I checked out the index page how community is voting for it, and community is voting for this tank as average vehicle, you know? This is how it looks like, and I do not really enjoy this tank that much, and I do not really think that tank is crazy. By the way, if you want to rate the tanks, you can do that in the index page. Just simply log in over there via Wargaming API. Aka, you are logging in not to the index but to Wargaming, and you are going to be able to rate the tanks if you have 50 battles plus with a vehicle. So whenever I played with this tank lately, my performance of this tank was very, very, very bad. 2,400 damage, 500 assisting damage. I was struggling a lot to find the right way to play with this tank. I tried to sniping with it and it did not work out whatsoever. It was a pure struggle, right? Then I tried to make pressure, but I was expecting my armor to work, and then I was disappointed. And plus on top of that, I'm slow. So what I noticed is, don't mind you are losing the hit points, just do the smart trades and everything is going to be fine, right? Let's try to go for a couple of more and I believe we are going to make it work. Let's do this. Okay, for a second round we are playing on Erlenberg. Now when we have our thoughts together, we can play properly. Let's do this. The first game was good. I just felt like my mind is flying a bit. Sometimes it happens in the mornings. Anyways, what do we want to do? We want to make a hardcore pressure to the enemy base. Right? No, but skill. Fellas, I do not have armor. I'm very, very well aware of that, but I have a big heart. And a lot of hit points. I changed my mind. Listen, hear me out how the things are looking like. There is literally no one who would protect this side. This is very, very, very bad thing. And I am going to play off standards here. I think this is going to be the correct decision. Now hear me out, why am I making pressure like this and why am I going to play around this area? The thing is, I am just simply afraid that enemy team will flank us like this and after that it is going to be game over, right? So, instead of that, we are going to take a defensive positions and we are going to prevent enemies from flanking us. I think this is going to be the best thing what we can do in this kind of situation. Plus on top of that, like I said before, this tank has DPM, and since this vehicle has DPM, we still can fight for ourselves. It's not like we are going through the middle of the field and saying no, you know, and dying like this. No, it doesn't look like this. what we are doing, we are taking a defensive positions here. And now, if enemies will try to make pressure like they do, we are going to say hello for them. Okay, excellent. Now, let the DPM shine. Now the DPM is absolutely glorious of this tank and we should be completely fine. Right? This is what I am thinking. Luckily, enemies doesn't know how to penetrate me, which is surprising. Okay, at this point we want to escape a bit. It's okay. We got this. We got this. We are feeling calm. We are feeling happy. We are feeling alright. Luckily, they do not know how to penetrate a skill. That is an excellent question. How do you penetrate this vehicle? There is a couple of plates frontally which you can simply shoot and you can shred this tank like there is no tomorrow, right? As an example, the frontal plate over there, frontally, right? We can easily call it lower plate. It is 180mm thick, whenever the tank is looking straight. If you are making an angle, with angle armor of this tank is like 200 to 220, if I'm not mistaken. If you are, making a bigger angle. So, it's not like it is unpenetratable armor or something. No, no, no. People can penetrate you without bigger problems whatsoever if they know where to shoot or if they are accurate enough. Okay, nice. So far, absolutely incredible start, and I think it was better than I expected, honestly. So far, we pretty much spanked 2 tanks like there is no tomorrow, and plus, on top of that, we haven't lost a single bit of the hit points. So, call me dirty, but I think this is an absolutely amazing start, and I am very, very, very proud of all of this. Okay, how we can make pressure now at this point towards the enemy forces sitting here? I think this is the time to shine. Now we are going to go brrr. By saying this, I am aware of enemy Scorpion sitting here on the Echo 1 side. I am completely fine with that. I am aware of this. He won't surprise me like, wow, I did not expect that Scorpion over there. No, no, I expect Scorpion. I know this mother trucker is going to sit here. I am aware of that. Meanwhile, Arta said hello, and you do not need that gun anyways, which is okay. I am accepting this. And now we are waiting until Mr. Scorpion will get spotted, because he will. Our Lynx is pushing through the middle of the field while saying blah, 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 blah. And we are going to go for a blind shot. Blind shot towards the Scorpion. I have no clue did we hit him successfully or not. But what I know we are making a hardcore pressure in this situation. Why we are making a hardcore pressure? Because first of all, Panther is sitting in the middle of the nowhere, so we can simply eliminate him from the game. And second of all, Scorpion is a dead meat as well. So we are enjoying our game, and surprisingly, I am having a very, very, very good session here. I was expecting to have at least 1 fail already with KTTS. Or as one person said, KTTS. Or however you would call this vehicle. Okay, now, what do we want to do? We are not going to stop, we are going to go brrr into the city, just like so. I wonder, where is this Love? It would make sense if Love would sit from this side where we are pushing, but in the same time he could have relocated. How about this Tiger 2, Mr. Tiger 2? How are you doing today? Mr. Tiger 2 is running away. And Mr. Tiger 2 is officially dead. I do not really want to talk about this. Happy accidents happened once in a while, nothing to say, nothing to do. A bit of the bad RNG. Obviously, aim was definitely perfect. But I do not know what are you talking about. Let's try not to embarrass ourselves more. Let's go. Mr. IS-3, as you can see, I am making quite nice angles, so he is not going to penetrate us so easily, right? And luckily, we did everything properly. Now I'm returning back a bit. And as you can see, we are finding the gun depression for ourselves. Wow. Maybe it has something to do with me warming up for this tank. I'm not speaking about the today play. I am speaking that I lately third market this tank and now I feel like I understand how to play with this vehicle. Maybe this is the main reason why the games are going relatively alright and everything is working just fine. Maybe, who knows. Anyways, Mr. Love, how are you doing this fine day? Please do not run from us. I came with peace. I have a beautiful 300 damage in the face gun. Just don't run. Love me. Love, love me. Wow, what a session and what a good games. I am actually very pleasantly surprised. I wish to say I would have the same session whenever I was marking the tank. Although to my defense, after a bit of raging, after a bit of screaming, after a bit not understanding what am I doing wrong, I took my nuts in the hand and we dealt with everything without bigger problems whatsoever. So the success of this game was that we made an unpopular decision. We went to the line where no one went and we stand defensively. I was like a bloody defender there and I said, you shall no pass, right? And it worked out greatly. I am super happy about this decision and I think it definitely paid off as well. And even though with this tank, I should play in the city, it wasn't necessary, right? I think that was the decision which made this victory easy. 4.5 thousand damage, 1,000 assisting damage, 5 kills. We have a solid ace. Thank you very much. Very good. We have the Steel Wall, High Caliber, and Spartan's Medal. 1.5 base experience, which is very nice. And 106,000 profits. So far, fellas, our session is going great. 4.1 thousand average damage and 1,000 assisting damage. That's actually kind of wild. Okay, let's go for more. Okay, fellas, the third battle was disgusting and I'm not even going to show that to you. It was the most boring game. It was a draw. I tried to do something. I got slapped. It's completely fine. Nothing unusual. It's just simply not worth to showcase. Let's go for a real third game. Okay, fellas, let's see. Glacier Standard Battle. By the way, the main reason why I made the decision not to show anything because it was a typical Studzanki game whenever you are sitting in one position and there is nothing to do, you know? That's why I made the decision. Yeah, the score isn't great and I like to show all games even when the score isn't the finest one, but that one was just simply 7 minutes of thinking what to do and not being able to do anything. So I believe that was a fair point. Instead, we are going to play one more game and hopefully this game will be average. Skill, what do you mean by saying I hope this game will be average? I know it sounds weird, but for now, and so far, I made KV-4 KTT work very well, right? And I think this tank isn't as good as I made it to show, believe me or not. The armor usually doesn't really work, the gun handling can be annoying from the longer distances and whatnot, so I think we are playing with a tank too good. This is how I feel like. Okay, so, what do we want to do? We want to go in. We are not going to snipe from the back, we are not going to be passive, we are going to go brrr. We are going to go brrr, fellas. What I would love to see, I would love to see this Tiger 2 sitting somewhere here. Now the question is he? Oh yes, he is. Beautiful. Very nice spank towards this guy. Can we spank him once again? This is the question. IS-3, I don't really mind this IS-3. I think I need to load the gold in this situation. I do not really think I can do anything else, and now we have the Type 59. And you know what? This is the moment when we need every and each shot of ours to connect. This is the moment when we need to be lucky. Meanwhile, Tiger 2 around the corner, how are you doing? We are going to take our time to aim for him, and we are slapping him again. Very nice. I have a feeling that this Gori is kind of, he kind of shit his pants. This is how I feel like. That being said, we are going to be even more aggressive now. Skill, you are out of your mind. How dare you to be aggressive to this extent? Listen, sometimes you need to find the strength in your nuts, and sometimes you just need to go brr. Sometimes this is the correct decision. Okay, our team is winning this game very, very easily. This is a bit of the problem, if you would ask me. That being said, we need to figure out the way how to make pressure and how not to get farmed. They have plenty of the tank destroyers in the back. Keep this in mind. That being said, they definitely will be able to penetrate us every time, you know? We need to keep this in mind. Okay, let's try to make a bit more pressure. I know Hori with a stock gun is sniping from behind. That is okay. Now, what I would love to see, I would love to see this charioteer chilling somewhere here near the red line. That's what I would love to say. No. What is the correct decision? How we can make pressure? How we can make pressure? Very, 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 very hard one. Extremely hard one. The biggest struggle of this game is to figure out how to make pressure. This is the biggest struggle for us. I'm aware of this Type 59 on top of the hill. I know LTTB can go on top of the hill whenever he pleases. I understand this. I know Shrek could snipe from somewhere here as well, which is not the finest thing for obvious reasons. I'm trying to eliminate the light tank. Light tank is dead, and now we are just making as much pressure as we physically and possibly can. This guy is sitting over there. I hope he won't find the proper angle to penetrate us, because he definitely can, fellas. He definitely can. We are losing the game on by 1,000 hit points already, and we are losing the game by 1 gun as well. Do I want to go up like this? Yeah, you see, where this tank is thriving, I would say, okay, fine, fair enough. I would say this tank is thriving in the situations whenever you are playing in the city map, and whenever you can, I don't know, take the corner and side scrap there, or just simply make pressure. Whenever you need to approach someone, this is kind of complicated stuff. On the other hand, I could have went back for a base defense, but I think it is okay. So this is what I have for you with the KV-4 KTT or KTTS, however you would call this tank. 2 games were extremely good, and I'm super happy about the 2 games. The third game was a bit weaker, right? It is okay, it happens. And 1 game which you haven't seen, but that was definitely disgusting, and I saved some time for you. All in all, our average performance with this vehicle, including that fail of the game, is like 2,800 damage, I would say, and 600 assisting damage. This is very, very good score for this vehicle, truly. Considering that I played with this tank for average of 3,400 I would say that was a great score. Anyways, what I'm trying to say, if you want to get assault tank destroyer for yourself, I would highly, highly recommend to look no more for TS5 as an example, or maybe even Trash 103. I do not really think this tank destroyer has place in the game, if you know what I mean. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself together with us, and hopefully in the long run I save you $1 or $2 not to get this tank. Anyways, thank you and see you soon. Skill is out. Peace.